Good afternoon, everyone. This is Peggy. Oh, my angels. Welcome to today's show. Checking to see, I see Renee's in the house and Beth and Sequoia. You guys can hear me. Can you acknowledge you can hear me? I'd appreciate it. That way I know that I'm on track anyway. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Peggy. Yes, you can hear me. Yay. See, I paused because I want to make sure. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, welcome. Hope you guys have had a great week. Um, I want to start off the show by thanking all the wonderful people that came out to see me this past weekend at the Casey Mystic Fair. I was busy from start to finish. I loved it. I saw a lot of repeat customers and met a lot of brand new customers. And um, I think what's interesting is every time I do the mass readings like this, I learn something new. So um, it was a blast. So thank you, thank you, thank you for coming out. The next one's not till October, so I'll kind of give you a little breather there. But if you need readings between now and then, you can always find me over at 12listen.com. And then, of course, here on Wednesdays, you can have a little free reading on Wednesdays. Let's see. And don't forget, with it being Wednesday, you can post your questions in the chat room. And after we get through our angel education portion, then we'll get you some answers to your questions. See here. And also wanted to give you guys a heads up. We're up to, wrote it down, 219 subscribers. Whoop, whoop. We're getting there. We started out, remember, I was so excited when we had 10 and then 20. So here we are. Look at us at 219. I also take baby steps, just have to keep trying and have faith. And I have both. So, and I also want to tell you guys, that I've been missing Yogi, and um, it's been a little difficult adjusting to life without him, but I'm getting better. I know that the universe is working in my favor. I know I've got a new baby coming to me. In fact, the other night I actually dreamed about this puppy, so I know exactly what he looks like. It'll probably be the end of this year before I get him, but that's okay. It's all divine timing. I've got a lot of things going on, so I don't want to have to get a new puppy and then have to board him for a week because I'm going to go to Oregon for 8 days around Christmas. So um, excited though. I miss having a baby in the house. So right now, um, I'm sleeping with the Biscuit. It's a it's a little stuffed animal that they encourage you to get for when you have new puppies or new kittens or whatever who have well, this one would be for dogs obviously, but when they're first separated from their mom and from their litter. So I guess I've been separated from my baby. That's what I'm going to be sleeping with for the time being. So anyway, anyhow, I'm so glad you guys decided to join me here today. Let's see here. Okay, well, we're going to get this show started. I don't guess we have too many people in here today, but that's okay. I'm going to show you guys my shirt too. Do you see it? High Vibration. Again, this is one of the t-shirts from Xanadu. Bonnie's just terrific over there. And don't forget, if you first time buyer over there, just type in the letters all together, Oh My Angels 20, and you'll get 20% off your first order. So I just love her shirts. They're comfortable and nice. So I like the color of this one. So anyway, all right, let's get this show started. We're gonna jump over to our angel education portion. We've been working on this to try and get us all educated on the angels and what they do. So, um, last week we talked about I think it was the cherubs, right? Give me just 1 second here. Computer's acting funny. Give me 1 second. Here. Sorry about that. I love it when everything comes kind of crazy. And well, it's a wacky Wednesday today. You know, we got a full moon coming in, and then we have an eclipse or a partial eclipse. So my energy's been all over the place. And right before we came on the show, my head's kind of clogged up like you do right before you get a cold or something. So I took one of the emergency, drinks where you put it in with water. And now I just feel like I'm so sorry about that. Okay, so anyhow, angel education segment. We've been working our way through the first sphere. We met the seraphim, which was the burning ones closest to God. Last week, I was right with this, the cherubim. And we found out they're nothing like those cute little Valentine's Day babies that we thought they were. Today, we're meeting the third and final choir of the first sphere, and they're called the thrones. They are absolutely fascinating. The name is derived from the Greek word thrones. It signifies a seat of power and authority. They're not just powerful angels, their very name declares authority and power. The throne angels also are known as Orphan, are a class of angels described as enormous, now this kind of weird, interconnecting wheels with countless eyes all over them, which stands for they're all pervasive, pure vision and knowledge. I can't talk today. So the thrones are not humanoid angels with wings. They are described as giant wheels covered in eyes. Now, personally, I thought that was kind of gross, kind of creeped me out, but this is what the facts are showing. So, I looked it up. I'm just reporting it. I'm not so sure this is an area that I'm comfortable with on the thrones, but the thrones are the angels of pure humility, peace, and submission. They're the third most powerful beings in all of heaven. And their defining characteristics are humility and peace. And that tells you everything about true spiritual greatness. They are creatures that function as the actual chariots of God, driven by the cherubs. The thrones literally carry God. They are his divine chariot. I can't even imagine that. The cherubim drive and the thrones carry together that form God's heavenly transport. The thrones receive illumination from God and in turn enlighten the lower choirs of the angels. The thrones receive their divine wisdom directly from God, and then they pass it down to all the lower choirs. They are heaven's divine communication system. The thrones have a unique role. They contemplate God's power and justice. This task, or rather privilege, is one that could span eternity and still not get old. God's power and justice are so infinite that the angels could never tire of contemplating it. The entire existence is spent contemplating how great and just God is, and they never get tired of it. They reside in the area of the cosmos where material form begins to take shape. The thrones exist at the extraordinary boundary between the purely spiritual realm and the physical universe, right where heaven meets creation. The lower choir of angels need the thrones to access God. So even the other angels, including our beloved archangels, need the thrones to reach God. They are the divine gateway between the lower angels and God himself. Now, some Catholic theologians, following Thomas Aquinas, treat the 9 choirs as a helpful way to understand the gradations of angelic perfection, with the thrones representing God's justice and steadfastness. Whenever you feel like something is deeply unfair, remember, the thrones are up there contemplating God's perfect justice on your behalf. The thrones are mentioned by the Apostle Paul in Colossians 1:16. For in him all things were created in heaven and on earth, visible and invisible, whether thrones or powers or rulers or authorities. All things have been created through him and for him. So Paul specifically acknowledges the thrones as real and significant heavenly beings. a nice thought to close with is, and what I find so beautiful about the thrones is that they're the third most powerful beings in all of creation. And yet their defining characteristics are humility and peace. They carry God Himself, and yet they do it with submission and gentleness. They have access to infinite divine wisdom, and yet they spend eternity simply contemplating how great God is. The thrones remind us that true greatness is not about power or status. It's about humility, peace, and devotion. That's a lesson for all of us. Okay, you guys, that completes our first sphere. 3 extraordinary choirs: the seraphim, burning with divine love, the cherubim, guarding divine wisdom, and the thrones, carrying God Himself with humility and peace. Next week, we move into the second sphere, and we'll get into all that next week. I'm all over the place today, you guys. Sorry about that. So let's get on over into the chat room. Put your questions in there, and we'll get you some answers from your angel. Okay, let's see if I can pull the chat room back up. My computer is acting on. I'm telling you, it's Wacky Wednesday, not Wonderful Wednesday. Let me see if I can pull this up now. Here we go. Maybe, yay. Okay, Renee's in the house. She says, hello, Peggy. Happy Wednesday. Thank you, Renee, so much for showing up. I appreciate you. Beth and Sequoia here. Says, Peggy, feeling quite anxious these past days, waiting to start a job and trying to buy my first house. Well, that's a lot in a lot in 1 week there, girlfriend. Let's see here. Hold on. Okay, now the job, you already have a job and is it a brand new job starting? I feel new and new. That's why I'm asking. Trying to buy your new house. I think your first house you're gonna be fine. I think that there's obviously, I've bought my first house, and you do have that fear and that anxiousness because you want it so badly. I think you're gonna be fine. There might be a couple little hiccups or something, but I don't feel like it's anything that you can't take care of. So I think the thing with the house is no big deal. I think let's see what she says about the waiting to start a job. So I think if you already have a job and waiting to start it, it's going to be fine. If you don't have a job and you're getting ready to, oh yes, new, but would prefer another job. Okay, let's see about this other job. I'm hearing your new job, that one that you currently have, that you have, but you'd like to have another one. I think that one's going to help you get your house. So I think you'll have to stay with it for just a little bit until you get things settled with the buying of your first house, right? And then what I'm hearing, I feel like there's another one coming your way, but it feels like after the first of the year. That's not to say another opportunity won't come up between now and then, but I feel like the one that you're really gonna love, and that's gonna have the money and the benefits, that feels like it comes the first of the year. Okay, you might interview before the first of the year, but it feels like it feels like the first of the year before you actually start that second new job. Okay, that makes sense. I know I'm a little scattered today. I shouldn't have taken that emergency right before coming on air. I have a low tolerance to anything. Let's see here. Also, never get over the loss of our pets. Tomorrow's the 19th year for my cat, Arista. I know. I mean, I'm doing better. I don't cry every day about Yogi now. I'm remembering the good times and the fun times, and um, all the little tricks that he used to do. Like when he got in trouble, and I would tell him, I'd make him. I tell him, you have to get up here and give me a kiss. Tell me you're sorry. And he would just creep up my chest, and then get up here and they just go real fast, So he was a hoot though, and I miss him. He was good, but I know that he and my other dog, Jake Man, both of them Yorkies, they're the ones that brought that dream to me the other night about this new logo coming in, and the dream was so cute because I'm sure you can relate if you have puppies or you've seen puppies. When they're so little, they're first, they've learned to walk, but normally when they get excited and they see something, instead of running, they do this little jump bounce thing, and that's what this puppy was doing in my dream. And I said, "Oh, come to mama," and it came over, and I picked him up, and he was kissing me, and then I woke up. I was like, seriously, I could have had some more kisses before you woke me up, but that's okay. So let's see here. Oh, Pamela Simpson. Hi, Pam. Thanks for joining us. Trying to get all the. I see you're there, but you got to give me a minute here. Pam says, I'm wondering about something concerning my son's job. Has a new boss, and he seems to be a bit of a brute. Will this situation get better? Thank you. I think that's just this guy's personality. I don't honestly, I don't feel like he means to come across that way, but he does come across that way, and it's obviously not acceptable. But I do think it will settle down. I think right now, he's just trying to show everybody that, he's boss and this is the way they're going to do things and whatever. And I think if your son will just kind of breathe and let him act however he has to, do whatever it is he's supposed to be doing. It feels like there's going to be, like, I'm hearing the number 3, so I feels like it's going to be about 3 weeks of this kind of attitude. But then I think that the guy settles into what he's doing, meaning the boss. So tell your son to hang in there. It's going to get better. Okay. And to tell you the truth, I don't think that the boss will be there after the first of the year. So tell your son to hang in. Okay. Let's see here. Now I see somebody new here. I can't read all the. Hey, what name do you go by? Specca85. Hello. New here. Like number 3. Oh, good. We're glad that you're here. Welcome, welcome. What we do on Wednesdays, we already went through what scattered it was. I was all over the place on the angel education. I promise to do better next week, but we have a little angel education spot, and then we come over into the chat room and place whatever questions you want answered, and then I try to get you answers from your angels. So if you have a question, or if there's a name that you go by, that'd be great to share that. Kim says, that's what I thought too, Megan. I've had that happen at work as well. I know people, and I think right now too, this week, again, a full moon tomorrow and an eclipse. I know it's not a full eclipse, but it might as well be energetically, because I'm just like feeling it big time. But I think it's just been, I think people have been picking fights, just trying to like, oh, look at me, I'm somebody important, and I'm this and I'm that, and I'm thinking to myself, really, I don't I don't care what you do, just I'm right here. If you have a question, you can ask a question. I'll get you some answers or whatever. But people who I don't know if it's insecurity or what's going on right now, but there feels like there's a lot of fear. And so I'm trying not to buy into it. I mean, it's so easy to buy into it because all the garbage that's going on right now, it's all over the place. So I have been trying to ignore the news, and I know that's not always a good thing either, but I can only take so much of it. I have to take it in little bite-sized pieces. And yesterday, I was very, very sad about Dolly. I mean, I grew up with her. I mean, I just love. Somebody goes, oh, her most famous song. I'm like, they were all meaningful. They were all great. They all either uplifted you or touched your heart or made you laugh or made you cry, or they just touched you. They touched your soul. She was a beautiful person inside and out. And the world's really going to miss her. We need more people like her. But I feel like we were all blessed to have had her in our lives, and for her to share her music with us. So to me, that was the biggest news yesterday, and I just sat and cried. So, and there's nothing wrong with that either. But she's a good human being, and I, I just know instantly she's up there with her husband. She couldn't wait to see him. So good for her. Um, all right, you're saying I'm an Aquarius sun, moon, and Scorpio rising sign. Can I get general guidance from the angels? Who is the closest archangel that's protecting me? Thank you. Yeah, full moon. Okay. I'm not an astrologer. What I'm hearing for you right off the bat, I do feel like you've got Archangel Michael around you, but you've got some other angels as well. But um, they're saying you've got to shake off the fear. There's things that you're worrying about. You have to understand everything's energy, right? And you're focusing on some things that you're worried about. And by worrying about it, you're drawing more negative energy to yourself. And I know I've been there, done that. I was the queen of worrying. So, what you can do is the minute you start thinking something that's negative or that you're worrying about, say erase. That's my easiest way I do it. Erase, and replace it with the positive thought. Do just the opposite. Thank you. However you pray, I say thank you, Mother, Father, God, for the new opportunities coming my way. I'm wanting a puppy, and right now things seem out of reach. But I'm thanking God in the universe right now for my new puppy that's coming in. How it's coming in, I don't know, but I have faith. I'm excited about my trip to Oregon to see my granddaughter. But I'm in gratitude and I'm thanking for all the things that I haven't, maybe they're not here right now, but I just have faith that they're going to be. So take the negative and turn it into a positive and keep affirming the positive stuff that's going on in your life. I mean, we got up this morning, we had a roof over our head, we're breathing, we're up moving. So I know it sounds corny, but I'm telling you, it works. It's to me, it's the easiest way to get through everything, and just the faith. Uh, I hope that helps you. Yeah, the sleepless nights. I'm feeling it. Sam says it's been rough out there, and I feel it too. I know it's just like you want to come in from being outside and just automatically save yourself and clean your energy, and because it's just getting really heavy. Uh, Beth and Sequoia, Dolly was very generous. She was. She did so many amazing things. A lot of people didn't know that she helped. You know, with the funding for to get the COVID vaccine. All the books that she's given to all the kids and people is just amazing. The money that she's given away, um, and she never advertised it. She never said, "Hey, look what I've done." Whatever. She said, "You just got to be a good person," and that's what she tried to do, and she was. Um, yeah, Pam, I agree. Dolly was an earth angel for sure. Um, Mossberry Oracle's here. Yay! Says hello. I'm late again. That's okay. You're just right on time. Divine timing, right? Um, and you always pray to Archangel for you guys. I'm sorry. This is happening. I'm having a hard time here. Pray for healing. Renee's wishing all a peaceful full moon eclipse. I'll be watching the moon. This morning was really pretty. When I went out and was going to take a picture, I thought, okay, when I get to work, I'll take a picture there. But by the time I got to work, the trees around where my building is at work, I couldn't see the moon. I was like, dang it. So I'm going to catch it in the morning before I leave the apartment complex where I can get a picture of it. When says, I always pray to Archangel for healing. Healing, that would be Archangel, having a blank here. Raphael. Any of the angels will help you though. Oscar was my auntie, just got a new puppy. Oh, yay! Tell her I said congratulations. There's I just love their energy. I love the new puppy smell. When puppies just have that smell, it always reminds me of corn chips. Thanks for the message. You're so welcome, honey. Pam says, I hope so too, Renee. They say. Wishing everybody a peaceful full moon. Yes. Moss Fairy Oracle, I'm still waiting on a new job. Should I just be patient or maybe talk to my old boss? I'm hearing both. You can talk to your old boss um, and see what they've got going on. I feel a new job's just right around the corner for you. I feel like, I mean, have you been putting in some time and effort for um, the kind of job that you want? I feel like the one that's coming up is something that maybe it's not something that you're used to doing, but it feels like it's going to get you out of your comfort zone for sure. But I think you're really going to like it. See, it's hard to keep up the positive energy with everything happening in the world. Oh, I know. And that's why I shut the news off and why, I'll read a good love story or or whatever, to get my mind off of it. Or I bake. That's my form of meditation is I like to bake. I'm going to be making, I made a bunch of homemade extracts and I'm too tired after this week, after the weekend I had 3 days at the fair and doing that many readings kind of drains you. So I have to recoup, right? So it'll be next week. I'm going to make some shortbread cookies and divide the dough up to where I can use 4 different extracts per batch of shortbread cookies. And I'll take them into work and say, what do you think about this extract? What do you think about this one? Is it too strong, not strong enough? What's the flavor like? And people at work have said that they're more than willing to be my guinea pigs. They love it when I bake. So that's what I'll be doing. Her new puppy's name is Lassie. She's a Silky. Oh, my first Yorkie was a Silky. I think I paid $50 for him, $25 or $50 because she didn't have papers. And his name was Jake Man. And he was just, I mean, both my Yorkies have just been absolutely adorable. They're the best to me, the best dog ever. And people said, well, you need to go do something else, they're too expensive. Well, they may be expensive, but I'm just having to shop around and do the best I can. But I like the breed. I know the breed. And I mean, 2 for 2, they've just been, both of them have saved my life one way or the other. And so, third time's the charm. So I'm excited. So congratulations for your aunt. That's wonderful. Lassie on a little Silky. That's wonderful. Moss Fairy says, I've been applying for jobs. The one I'm waiting on is what I've always done, but a little different. I would definitely have some learning. Yeah, but I think you'll do fine with that, though. If that's the one you want, don't give up faith, or hope on it. I feel like it's going to be that or something better. Absolutely. That's the way to do it. I feel like they've got something better for you, to tell you the truth, the way that they're showing it to me. So, yeah, just keep the faith. Just be in gratitude. Thank you for the job that's coming my way, that's got the benefits I need and the money I need and the learning opportunity that I desire. And, just lay it on and just be in gratitude. And one of the things I've started saying too, just, you guys do whatever works for you. But one of the things, I do readings for other people. And for me, it's always been hard for me to pick up stuff, especially for myself, right? Because then it's like my ego is involved, and I'm like, am I just thinking that because that's what I want, and so I've started asking at night for my guides and angels to show me what it is I need to see, right? And so I've been having wonderful, wonderful insights. I'm baking or doing something to where my hands are busy, and something will come through and they're showing me what's been right in front of me that maybe I wasn't attuned to, but now I am, right? So you know ask and you shall receive. So but that's what's been working for me lately for myself, right? uh Beth and Sequoia, you might find a Yorkie at the shelter. Tell them you're looking for one. They can connect others. I've been doing that as well. I've got my name on some lists and stuff like that. But what I found, just in 4 days' time, I found 4 scammers, right? And thank God my guides are like, nope, nope, nope. But I'm thinking, oh, but look at this little cute baby, blah blah blah, and look at the price and whatever. And it's like, no, when they're ready, they want you to send the money, and they're ready, they're headed to you. to bringing that puppy right away without knowing any of your background or not giving you any of the vet's information or whatever. You know, it's scary out there. So I have found a breeder that I really like that comes highly recommended, and their reviews are wonderful. And I would probably have to drive. I think it's like maybe 2 hours to go pick up the puppy when it comes. Um, but they know exactly what I'm looking for, and so but that baby hasn't been born to them yet. So um, we'll just see. I know that my angels are guiding me to the right one, and I know Yogi and Jake are going to guide me to the right one, so I'm not worried about it. So, oh, Mossberry says my excitement is definitely giving me good cards. Yeah, there you go. Well, yeah, all of you guys, you've just got to uh, know the angels are right there with you. You got a question, ask them, and then make sure you stay open for the answer. Um, I have to remind myself too. I think, well, gosh, why is this taking so long, or why is this going on? But I haven't asked for help, or I haven't asked the question to my guides and angels, me of all people, right? Um, so it's an eye-opening experience too. I mean, we have to ask, and then we have to stay open for the answers. And again, I like the fact of asking, for them to guide me and show me what it is I need to see, you know. Um, and that seems like it's opening up a whole new doorway. So I've been enjoying it. Um, and sometimes, you have to just have patience. I think it was today's Wednesday's reading for um, the guides and angels just want you to be you. Nobody else can be you but you, right? So let that light shine, just be who you are. Like today, the first part of this show was really rocky. I was all over the place, wasn't centered and grounded, and I apologize for that. But human, we have good days and wacky days. We have wonderful Wednesdays and we have wacky Wednesdays. You never know when you tune in which Wednesday you're going to be getting with me. But the thing about this, I love doing this. I love talking with you guys and getting answers for you guys, and learning the things that we're learning about the angels. Some of the stuff that I get, that I dig up, the information just seems kind of weird, but it is what it is. It's factual information. Um, and I think you just have to take, what resonates with you and throw away the rest, right? I've always done that. And I've always said that. So anytime I'm giving you the information that I've researched and put out there, just what resonates, take. What doesn't, please just throw it away, because that's exactly what I do. I told you I'd get you the information, so that's what we're doing. There's a lot of demons out there. There's a lot of people out there that just scammers. I don't get it. I mean, I don't understand the purpose of it, ripping people off. And the other thing too, I think some of these breeders, I mean, I get the fact that um they take their time and their energy, and they, make the right, connection with these dogs and have these litters and stuff like that. But I think some of the pricing is just over the top. There's so many people, like for me, I love Yorkies. I don't want another one other than a Yorkie, because I know what I can handle, what I can't. I'm getting older, and I want an animal that I'm going to be able to be comfortable with, and that I know their traits. I know and yes, all the Yorkies are different, but they have an overall theme that goes through them. And in my opinion, I've never seen a more loyal dog than a Yorkie. And they they are a Rottweiler in a 4-pound body. They're I don't know, and they just love so unconditionally. And yes, they have spitfire and personality, and both my boys, there was something about them. They had the ability to make me laugh, and I mean belly laugh at least once a day. And you need that in your life. And when you live alone, um, you need that. And I think that's what I really miss. I would talk to Yogi about anything and everything, and he listened. He knew what I was talking about. And I knew what he was thinking. Sometimes he he didn't always think the best thoughts, and he had to be talked to. He would give you that look, you know. So that's usually when I told him he needed to come give me a kiss and tell me he was sorry. So but yeah, he's my baby. So Mossberry says I've been applying for jobs. The one I'm waiting on is the one of okay, yeah, I just said that a little different, but definitely has some learning. This or something better. Beth and Sequoia, there's a lot of demons out there. Funny. It's a wacky Wednesday for me, for sure. Good, Pam. I'm glad I'm not the only one out there. I mean, overall, the first part of the day went pretty good. And then I came home, and again, I felt like, you know, that feeling you get like your head's kind of filling up. I'm like, ugh. And then with like 20 minutes before going live, I thought, oh, I've got that emergency. I can take that. And I normally don't take things, you know, but I don't know what the deal was, but I just felt even more convoluted. It's kind of like, woo. So I promised no alcohol. It was just, I promised, just emergency and regular water. Maybe it was the water. Okay. Wednesday roulette. Yes, absolutely. Sometimes scammers steal the dogs they're selling. Some don't have a dog at all. I know, and the one that one of the ones that I came across, you could tell they didn't have the dog. So I said, you know, give me you know, let's do a live deal. Let me see the puppy right now. And they're like, no, you can just see it when I bring it. You know, I'm like, no. Well, I'm already on my way to you, and how can you know where I live? I haven't told you where I live. You know, you can't be on your way to me. I'm not giving you any money. You don't have a dog. And the things I've asked, you know, I want to know. I want to know the name of the vet that's been taking care of the puppy. I want to know. I want to see pictures and live if I can of the mom and dad. You know, I ask all these questions, um, because I want to make sure what I get. You know, and I know there's no guarantees on the size and stuff like that, but um you know, and lately that I guess the big thing now with Yorkies is called the party Yorkie, and that's not what I want. I don't want a party Yorkie. I want a traditional Yorkie. So Beth says, "Don't give address." I don't, and I'm going through, and if you guys know about this, I'm going through. I think it's called. Let me get the thing, and you guys, maybe you guys know. Maybe you guys all know something here. Hold on. Stop. Gosh darn it. It's called Good Dog, and they're lined up with certain breeders, and they'll tell you where they are, what the rating is for the breeder, and you get reviews from people who've bought dogs through them before. And one of the ones the one that I'm looking at, they're like I said about almost 2 hours from me. So I've already got a couple of people lined up that when the time comes and I get a puppy, you know, they can ride with me. I'll drive down there, and then they can drive my car back while I'm holding on to the baby. So um yeah, should meet dog at its home with parents. Yeah, this breeder's really good about that. They have once you've paid your deposit, whatever, and again it has to go through this process called Good Dog. So they're the ones that take the money to start off with, so your money's secure. And they do videos with the dogs and the puppies, the mom and dad, and all that. And when you get to pick up the puppy, you know where they're at, where their location is. So it's pretty good. I'm saying was told today that I ordered a $999 PlayStation from Walmart. Girl, I know it's just crazy. It is crazy. I got this stuff, you know, and then Mel and I said, well, you signed up to do this. I said, I did not. You show me where I did it because I didn't do it, you know, and you can take your product and you can come pick it up. I'm not paying to ship it back. I'm not doing anything. I didn't order this stuff. You delivered it. You come get it. Oh, Pam said I called Walmart and it was a scam. Isn't that crazy? Everybody. Oh, this is my auntie's Serge Silky. She just can't live without them. I know, it's wonderful. Where's your aunt at? Is she what state is she in? Maybe she knows somebody that's close by me that has. I'm just saying. Wow. Oh well. Well, I'm in the Kansas area, so Missouri, Kansas. So, um, if your aunt's in those areas, let me know. Maybe she can refer who she's getting her silky from. So, but yeah, the Yorkies are just personality and stuff. I love dogs though. I grew up with cats and dogs. Now I have to say with cats, I had a cat that totally ruined it for me. I was working a lot of hours, and I was also taking care of my folks, and so I wasn't home a lot. And the cat obviously got upset, and marked the whole house, and got up on the cabinets and stuff like that. And mm-mm, I can't do that again. So I will stick with my babies. But now my granddaughter she just got she has two cats and a dog, and it's really funny because the middle animal, which which is her name is Scissors. She's a pistol. She is so funny, and she's jealous of Bluey, which is the new puppy, and Bluey is a is she um I'm gonna call it a herding dog. It's the ones with like the blue and brown eye. You know what I'm talking about? What can I think? Anyhow, she's just as loving as can be, and she can't understand why Scissors doesn't want to play. And Scissors like, oh my God, they've got an animal in the house. Scissors doesn't think she's an animal. That's a dog. In her opinion, when I tune into her, she's like, that is a dog. What is a dog doing here? So, I mean, it's been hysterical. So, my granddaughters had to really work with them to try to balance and let everybody know that they're all loved and everybody's good. So, but yeah, animals are just great. I think they're the best. I think they say the animals help you live longer, and I'm hoping. I mean, I'm ready to live longer. Hope to keep this thing going. So, all right, you guys. I think thank you so much for showing up. Sorry for it being all over the place, but you know how it is. Wacky Wednesday today. Thank you all for showing up. Don't forget to like and subscribe, especially on my videos. It's really interesting when I look on Facebook. They give me a thing saying that you've had over 300 people look at your the short video, and then I go over to YouTube and I've had like 5 likes. I'm like, come on, you guys, like and subscribe on the YouTube thing too as well. So we're trying to get there, but I'm just glad everybody's enjoying them. I enjoy doing them, and I hope they're helpful, and I hope they bring you comfort when you need them. So until Friday morning, sending you all blessings, light, love, and angel hugs. Take care, everybody.